You're watching the History Fella channel, and in this video we're looking at Mary Queen of Scots. Mary Queen of Scots was born on the 8th of December 1542 and would die on the 8th of February 1587. Also known as Mary Stuart or Mary I of Scotland. Mary was the Queen of Scotland from 14th of December 1542 until her forced abdication in 1567. The only surviving legitimate child of James V of Scotland, Mary was 6 days old when her father died and she inherited the throne. During her childhood, Scotland was governed by regents, first by the heir to the throne, James Hamilton, Earl of Arran, and then by her mother, Mary of Guise. In 1548, she was betrothed to Francis, the Dauphin of France, and was sent to be brought up in France, where she would be safe from invading English forces during the rough wooing. Mary married Francis in 1558, becoming Queen Consort of France from his accession in 1559 until his death in December 1560. Widowed, Mary returned to Scotland in August of 1561. The tense religious and political climate followed the Scottish Reformation, when Mary encountered on her return to Scotland was further agitated by prominent Scots, such as John Knox, who openly questions whether her subjects had a duty to obey her. The early years of her personal rule were marked by pragmatism and tolerance and moderation. She issued a proclamation accepting the religious settlement in Scotland, as she had found it upon her return. She also retained advisers such as James Stuart, Earl of Moray, and William Maitland of Lethington, and governed as the Catholic monarch of a Protestant kingdom. Mary married her half-cousin, Henry Stuart, or Lord Darnley, in 1565, and in 1566 they had a son, James. After Darnley orchestrated the murder of Mary's Italian secretary and close friend, David Rizzio, their marriage soured. In February 1567, Darnley's residence was destroyed by an explosion, and he was found murdered in a nearby garden. James Hepburn, 4th Earl of Bothwell, was generally believed to have orchestrated Darnley's death, but he was acquitted of the charge in April 1567, and the following month he married Mary. Following an uprising against the couple, Mary was imprisoned in Lochleven Castle on the 24th of July 1567. She was forced to abdicate in favour of her 1-year-old son, James VI. After an unsuccessful attempt to regain the throne, she fled southwards, seeking the protection of her first cousin once removed, Elizabeth I of England. As the great-granddaughter of Henry VII of England, Mary had once claimed Elizabeth's throne as her own and was considered the legitimate sovereign of England by many English Catholics, including participants in a rebellion known as the Rising of the North. Perceiving Mary as a threat, Elizabeth had her confined in various castles and manor houses in the interior of England. After 18.5 years in captivity, Mary was found guilty of plotting to assassinate Elizabeth in 1586, and she was beheaded the following year at Fotheringay Castle. Mary's life and execution established her in popular culture as a romanticised historical character.